Welcome to Mandulo's Sacred Conversations, where we talk about holistic healing, relationship, lifestyle alchemy, what involves the human makeup. Today's topic is about why you are struggling to lose weight. Before I continue, I just ask that we open up this space to hold this space of tension that is held with trauma in our lives. That whatever triggers come up from this conversation, that it is a reminder from me to you to breathe, to feel into the discomfort that you might feel through what I'm going to say. And then please just breathe. This is how we help ourselves to be able to receive information better, not as a form of attack, but as a form of information. And the information is about empowering you to be able to move forward in life with more ease, more joy, and your highest alignment. So you might be asking, like, how am I qualified to tell you why the 5 reasons you are struggling to lose weight? Well, first, from experience, my own experience of my journey and what I've discovered over this long period and what it has shifted. And I'm going to speak about more of that over time. So I, in my work, deal with psychotherapy. I deal with the spirituality, the connection of your emotion to your physical ailments and how that ties into spirituality too. So it's diverse. Being human is so diverse. So we go into the first one. The first reason why you're struggling to lose weight is because you are using the word lose. So I would highly start suggesting, this shifted my mind. Instead of using the word lose weight, use the word release. See, there's for me at least, there's a softer landing of release versus lose. Because when you tie into the word lose, already, this is actually, I heard this from a podcast from this man who said that he had lost weight and actually he had released weight versus lost weight. And he shifted that dynamic for me. And I'm going to help pass that on too. When he said, when you lose something, immediately you want to find it right. But when you release something, there's a reverence you hold for it and an honoring for its existence, but you're not trying to hold on to it because you know that its part and your part in its life, whatever it is that you're losing, that it has come to this point where you have served your purpose. Okay. When you're losing something, the reason why you want to find it again and you get frantic about it is because this version or this thing has been a symbol and or a representation of a version of you that feels safe, or at least safer. So now your mind associates to, I'm not safe if I'm going to lose this. Who do I become if I lose this? Okay, so that's the first reason I would highly suggest start using the word release, because the word release, once again, you are also within the trauma that is stuck in the body or held in the body. The word release is like I'm releasing this version of me that has stored pain. Okay, your body and the wisdom of the body is constantly listening to the words that you are saying. So if you're not telling the truth to yourself and the world, that means you're lying to yourself, and the body stores that information. So it packs it up, and we're going to discuss how it packs it up, where it packs it up, like over time. Just like, share, and subscribe this to this podcast, and you'll just learn a lot more about the wisdom of the body and like why the struggles. It's so intertwined and interconnected in such a deep level that it's more than just the physical. Okay. Second reason why you struggle to lose weight is because either or, but it's almost like the same thing. You are not clear of the version of you on the other side, or you aren't clear. Like you aren't clear with who is this person on the other side. So I would ask the question and ask yourself, the version of me that has released this weight and this trauma, who are they? This version of me that has released the weight, what do they like doing? This version of me who has released the weight, who do they surround themselves with? You get it. The gist is basically you want to lose weight because you want to feel good. So can you feel good? And who are the people and places and things that support this version of you feeling good? Because if you feel good first, then everything links to that. Because then this is a discussion at a later stage about relationships and the relationships that are no longer serving you with this version of you now. Okay, the third reason why you are struggling to lose weight is you are telling people and or you are telling the wrong people. Okay, so let me tell you something. Some people love you most disempowered, in your weakest. And that's what hurts, is that you don't realize the friendships and connections that you have are purely held and connected because they love you at your weakest and disempowered. So you're telling the wrong people. First and foremost, what does that say from what I meant or what I said? The fact that they love you more when you're disempowered and weak already shows you that you're telling the wrong people. So if they can't have you disempowered and weak, then it can't keep them in power. So what would happen is they will disempower you and make fun of the experience. I remember sharing once with an old friend that I was going through this journey of releasing this trauma and, really taking my health more seriously. And the words were, life is too short, come on. Yeah. You see? They love to keep you disempowered and weak because once you find out your strength and your power, the how they are in your life is going to completely change. And once you realize that, if you find people who show you how to realize that, I do. So if you want to work with me, then it's almost like tickets for them. Because then who are they without you in your weakness? And some people just love hearing about your trauma. Absolutely love it. Like, oh, weak again. Let me give you this drug, or let me give you some wine, or let's just go eat again. Let's just cover it up and smother it up and just add on. We need to start we need to start being more careful with who we relate to, because not everybody has your best interest at heart, no matter how much they say it. Okay. The fourth reason why you are struggling to lose weight, you don't want to take accountability. You don't want to be uncomfortable. The reason why you don't want to take accountability, there's so many reasons. Let me just tap into two. Because you don't feel safe. So you need to heal the wound with your mom and you need to heal the wound with your dad. That is why you don't want to take accountability, because you are still blaming your parents for the position you are in, and you want them to be able to take accountability. But here's the thing, they can never, because they are also healing their relationship with their parents, needing accountability taken on their lives too. So do you see how it's so twisted, this thing, that we just here to recalibrate the nervous system and just help you understand, like, the safety, lack of safety. What you think of safety is actually chaos. So I'm going to help you, just retrain you to understand what safety is. But you need to be able to be uncomfortable, because certain people are no longer going to exist in your life. And actually ask yourself that question. If I want to lose weight, if I want to rather release weight, are these people still around? And am I willing to lose these people? Because you might not lose them physically, but you're going to lose them in the way you relate. But the way in which you can relate can change, and that's what people fear. Because it helps if one is in power and one is in weakness. But like, what if we're both in power? What if we can both be powerful? Imagine the magic that can happen there. Okay. And then the fifth reason you are struggling to lose weight is because you fear being alone. So here's the thing. I remember an old friend, asking me, like, what's your biggest fear? And I go, being alone. And she's like, huh? Like, how is that even possible? You are already alone. And then I was like, oh, wow. That's so true. Because I am alone. I am alone going through this experience on my own. No one can put themselves in my position. They can try. That's why we can empathize with one another, but they can never fully live my experience. So already by that notion, I am alone. But in my mind, alone was no people. But already there are no people who are going to fully understand you and your journey. But they'll understand your wounds. They'll love your wounds. It goes back to number 3. They love your wounds. Oh, no. Yeah, it goes back to number 3. So they love your wounds because it keeps them in power and you disempowered and in your weakness. So to now be alone, to know the truth of that, that's a journey. That takes a deep sense of wanting to be alive. Do you know what I mean? And to live whilst living. Like, to live whilst living. So I hope this helped you. We're definitely going to dive into more about this with weight loss. If you want to work personally with me, I am what you would call an intimacy coach, an embodiment coach, spiritual coach, physical coach, health coach, wellness coach, relationship coach, just coaching, because the thing is, this just goes on one relationship and one relationship only that we are healing. And I'm here to help you. So if you want to work one-on-one with me, please do message me. My email is down below, and we can see how we can help you with this coaching to really help you live whilst you're alive. Okay. And I'm sending you so much love, and thank you for taking this time. And I hope you were breathing. If there were any triggers, I just want to seal this conversation in love. I want to seal this conversation in gratitude, and I want to seal this conversation in deep gratitude and peace, that it's going to shift into your life, that you are going to become the version that you have always been, and you're going to remember yourself, Simbakins. Right now, it's important to remember who you are, and that's all I'm here to do, is just to help you, remind you who you are and how powerful you are. And we can do this together, but it needs commitment. It needs commitment of saying, I want to live whilst being alive. Okay, I'm sending you so much love.